So we're going to start a new unit, which is going to be trigonometry, and this will begin with 10.1 angles. Now this unit is going to have a whole bunch of examples and exercises for you to look through, but most of them are going to be pretty straightforward. So your assignment is 1, 5, 9, 17, 29, 31, 33, 39, 41, 53, and 57, and for 57 you're going to need 56. I've got a whole long list of things happening here. So we've got different types of angle, and the different types of angle we're going to deal with are positive, negative, coterminal, we're going to have right, straight, complementary, and supplementary. Did I get, oh, we're not even done yet. Complementary, supplementary, then we've got acute and obtuse. So these are the different types of angle that we've got. Then we're going to have standard position, we're going to have minute, second, we're going to have arc, got a fun verb, subtend, then we've got radian, which is going to go with the length of a circular arc, and the area of a circular sector. All right, so I would ask that you work through examples 2 and 3 in the book. All right, so I'm going to give you a fairly simple, like sort of basic definition of an angle. It's going to rely on some other more primitive notions, but hopefully this is elementary enough that you can follow. So an angle is a set of points determined by two rays. So a ray, remember, is this thing. This goes off to infinity, but it starts at some point. So it's sometimes called a half line with the same end point. So this is going to be the end point of the ray. So two rays, pew, pew, both going off. They determine this angle. They also determine this angle. They also determine this angle. So there are any number of ways to talk about that angle. So how do we describe that angle? Well, a positive angle is measured clockwise, where a negative angle is measured counterclockwise. So going back to our picture here, if I measure the angle this way, I'm measuring it positively. If I measure it this way, I'm measuring it negatively. And we'll do some examples of these so it'll make a little bit more sense. The picture's sort of annoying me. I'm going to clarify it a little bit. So here's a ray. It's got an endpoint. Here's another ray. It's got an endpoint. If I measure the angle this way, that's positive. If I measure it this way, that's negative. Okay? Angles are often measured, unintentional, in degrees of which there are 360 in a full circle. Each degree is comprised of 60 minutes and each minute is comprised of 60 seconds. Now, sometimes we talk about something point something degrees. That's another way to measure degrees. But you know, if you're depending on what you're doing, you might see degrees measured with minutes and seconds. So here's an example. So this is going to be 36 degrees, 41 minutes, and 22 seconds. So this is degrees, this is minutes, and this is seconds. So degrees is denoted with a little circle, minutes is denoted with a single little prime, and seconds is denoted with a little double prime. We say two angles are coterminal if they have the same starting and ending rays. Okay, so here's my hilarious joke. So 45 degrees is coterminal to 405 degrees. Why? Because I just added a circle. Because I added 360 degrees. 405 equals 45 plus 360. Right, so what happened? Well, let's draw a little picture. This is roughly 45 degrees. Okay, well, if I go from here and go this way, that is an eighth of a circle. So that's an eighth of 360. That's going to be 45 degrees. Now if I go this plus 360 degrees, this is going to turn out to be 405 degrees. So those have the same starting ray and the same ending ray, therefore they are coterminal. So we can do this all day. Let's say negative 30 degrees is coterminal to 330 degrees. All right, negative 30 degrees is just coming down here, or I could go, so coming down by 30 degrees is the same as going up by 330 degrees. All right, so there are a whole bunch of different types of coterminal angles. That might be a little small on your screen. Different ways to do this. What I want to do now is I want to give you a list of types of angles and their definitions. So I'm going to let theta, alpha, and beta denote various angles. And I'm going to define some things. So I've got a right angle is just 90 degrees. I've got a straight angle is 180 degrees. An acute angle is going to be anything between 0 degrees, so any theta between 0 degrees and 90 degrees exclusive. Then we've got an obtuse angle, is is going to be anything between 90 degrees and 180 degrees exclusive. And the last two are complementary angles. I just don't know how to make a Y. Or when we have alpha plus beta equals 90 degrees. And supplementary angles. Or when we have alpha plus beta equals 180 degrees. Okay, so here, this angle plus this angle is 90 degrees, so those are complementary angles. Here, this angle plus this angle are supplementary angles because this whole total is 180 degrees. Okay, so let's do a quick example. Find an angle complementary to 43 degrees, 15 minutes, and 27 seconds. So what do we do? Well, we want to take, solution. We want to take 90 degrees minus 43 degrees, 15 minutes, and 27 seconds. And this is going to be, let's go through it. So I've got 0 seconds and I need to subtract 27. So I'm going to do the borrowing and carrying. I've got 89 degrees, 59 minutes and 60 seconds. I'm going to subtract 43 degrees, 15 minutes, and 27 seconds. All right, see how I had to, so this is not a proper angle. Right, it's not actually a proper angle because we can't have 60 seconds. This would just shift over to be 1 more minute, and then we'd have 60 minutes, which would shift over to be 1 more degree, but we're borrowing here. So 60 minus 27 is going to leave me with 33 seconds. Then 59 minus 15 is going to leave me with 44 minutes. And 89 minus 43 is going to leave me with 46 degrees. So my final answer is 46 degrees, 44 minutes, and 33 seconds. Okay, and of course we could find any number of angles that are coterminal to that, but this one we say is complementary. And I think I'll cut